There are certain moments in sports that feel bigger than a single match. You watch them unfold in real time, and even before the final point is played, you get the feeling that something important is happening right in front of your eyes. Not just a victory. Not just an upset. Something that shifts the conversation entirely. That was the feeling surrounding Alex Eala after her remarkable breakthrough performance. And the more people talked about the result, the more one question kept surfacing. Are we witnessing the arrival of a player who could one day define an entire era of women's tennis? It sounds like a huge statement, maybe even an unfair amount of pressure to place on a young athlete. After all, tennis history is filled with talented players who looked destined for greatness before reality proved much more complicated. Yet every so often, a player appears who forces everyone to rethink what they thought was possible. A player whose impact goes beyond rankings and scoreboards. A player who seems completely at home in moments that overwhelm almost everyone else. That is why the excitement around Alex Eala feels different. It is not simply about winning matches. It is about the way she wins them, the way she carries herself, and the way she seems to grow stronger when the pressure reaches its highest point. That is what has captured the attention of fans, analysts, former players, and even her potential rivals. The fascinating part is that many of the people making the strongest predictions about her future are individuals who understand elite competition better than anyone. These are people who know how difficult it is to reach the top. They understand how many talented athletes never quite get there. They have lived through the pressure, the expectations, the sacrifices, and the relentless demands of professional tennis. So when they speak with certainty about a young player, people tend to listen. And what many of them are seeing in Alex Eala is not just talent. Talent alone is never enough. The sport is full of talented players. What they see is something harder to define. Something that separates good players from great ones and great players from legends. It is a certain presence, a certain belief, a certain calmness that appears exactly when everything should be falling apart. Think about the moments that define careers. The match points, the break points, the packed stadiums, the expectations of millions watching from around the world. Most athletes feel those moments closing in around them. The pressure becomes heavier. The margin for error becomes smaller. Decisions become harder. Yet some rare competitors experience those moments differently. Instead of shrinking under the spotlight, they seem to expand inside it. The bigger the stage becomes, the better they perform. The more difficult the challenge becomes, the more comfortable they appear. Watching Alex Eala compete has given many people that impression. Time and again, she has displayed a willingness to embrace pressure instead of avoiding it. She does not seem interested in simply surviving difficult situations. She attacks them. She accepts them. She almost appears energized by them. And that quality is incredibly rare. What makes it even more impressive is her age. Usually, the mental strength required to handle those situations develops over years of experience. Players spend entire careers trying to master their emotions under pressure. They learn through painful defeats. They learn through missed opportunities. They learn through heartbreak. Yet Alex has already shown signs of possessing a maturity that often takes a decade to develop. That does not mean her journey will be perfect. No athlete's journey ever is. There will be setbacks. There will be difficult losses. There will be moments of doubt. But even when considering those inevitable challenges, it is difficult not to become excited about her future. The reason is simple. Her current level already commands respect, and she is still developing. Imagine where she could be several years from now. Imagine the improvements that naturally come with experience, confidence, physical growth, and tactical understanding. That possibility is what makes people dream big when discussing her future. It is not just what she is today. It is what she might become tomorrow. And perhaps the most interesting thing about Alex Eala is that her story extends far beyond tennis itself. Every great athlete represents something larger than individual success. They become symbols of possibility. They inspire people who may never meet them. They change perceptions about what can be achieved. For millions of young people watching around the world, representation matters. Seeing someone from your background succeed at the highest level can completely transform the way you view your own potential. Suddenly, a dream that once felt impossible begins to feel real. That is why Alex's rise carries such significance. For the Philippines and for much of Southeast Asia, her success represents something historic. She is opening doors that many people never imagined could be opened. She is creating a new vision of what is possible for future generations of athletes. Every time she steps onto a major court, she is carrying more than a racket. She is carrying the hopes of countless young fans who see themselves in her journey. And remarkably, she seems to handle that responsibility with grace. There is another reason why so many people believe in her future. It has nothing to do with trophies or rankings. It has everything to do with mindset. The greatest champions share a common characteristic. They celebrate victories, but they never become satisfied by them. They appreciate success without allowing success to slow their ambition. They understand that one great result is not the destination. It is simply another step forward. Alex has shown signs of possessing that mentality. Even after major achievements, her focus quickly shifts toward what comes next. That hunger is crucial because success can be dangerous. Many athletes reach a breakthrough moment and unconsciously relax. They spend too much time looking backward instead of forward. The truly special competitors never stop chasing improvement. They enjoy the moment, but they refuse to live in it. They remain obsessed with growth. That mindset often becomes the difference between a great career and a legendary one. Looking ahead, the possibilities become fascinating. Imagine the rivalries that could emerge. Imagine the matches that fans will be discussing years from now. Tennis has always thrived on compelling rivalries. The sport reaches another level when exceptional players push each other toward greatness. Those battles create unforgettable memories. They elevate everyone involved. If Alex continues on her current path, she could become a central figure in many of those future stories. And what makes great rivalries so captivating is that they challenge athletes to become better versions of themselves. Facing elite competition exposes weaknesses. It forces growth. It demands excellence. That process creates champions. Some players fear that challenge. Others welcome it. The greatest competitors understand that worthy opponents are gifts. They provide the opportunity to discover just how good you can become. That is why there is so much excitement about the future of women's tennis. The next generation is filled with remarkable talent, and Alex Eala has positioned herself right at the center of that conversation. Of course, predicting greatness is always risky. Sports history is filled with bold predictions that never came true. Injuries happen. Confidence fluctuates. Circumstances change. Nothing is guaranteed. Yet sometimes, despite all those uncertainties, you simply cannot ignore what your eyes are telling you. Sometimes a player demonstrates qualities that feel unmistakable. They move differently. They compete differently. They respond to adversity differently. They possess a certain spark that statistics alone cannot explain. Alex Eala has shown enough of those qualities to make people believe that something extraordinary may be unfolding. And perhaps that is why her story has resonated so deeply with fans. People love witnessing the beginning of something special. They love feeling like they are watching history before history officially recognizes itself. There is a unique excitement in seeing potential before it becomes obvious. Once greatness is established, everyone can acknowledge it. The real challenge is recognizing it while it is still emerging. That is what makes this stage of Alex's career so fascinating. The future remains unwritten, yet the possibilities feel endless. Every match adds another chapter. Every performance provides another clue about what she might eventually become. And with each passing tournament, the belief surrounding her continues to grow. Fans see it. Analysts see it. Former champions see it. Even competitors see it. They see a player who seems comfortable carrying enormous expectations. They see a player who performs fearlessly against elite opponents. They see a player whose confidence appears rooted in preparation rather than hype. Most importantly, they see a player whose best years are still ahead of her. That final point may be the most exciting part of all. We are not discussing an athlete who has already reached her ceiling. We are discussing someone who is still evolving. Someone who is still learning. Someone who is still discovering just how far her talent can take her. The distance between potential and achievement is often enormous, but Alex Eala appears determined to close that gap. She has already accomplished things that many athletes spend entire careers chasing. Yet everything about her attitude suggests she views those accomplishments as beginnings rather than endings. That perspective matters. It creates momentum. It fuels growth. It keeps ambition alive. As her journey continues, there will undoubtedly be tougher tests ahead. The higher a player climbs, the more difficult every step becomes. Expectations increase. Opponents study your game more carefully. The spotlight becomes brighter. Every weakness is analyzed. Every mistake becomes a headline. That is the price of success. Yet the players who eventually define their eras are the ones who learn how to thrive under those conditions. They accept the scrutiny. They embrace the challenge. They understand that pressure is not a burden but evidence that they are pursuing something meaningful. Alex seems to possess that understanding already. She carries herself with a quiet confidence that feels authentic rather than manufactured. She does not appear distracted by external noise. She remains focused on the work required to improve. And that may ultimately be one of her greatest strengths. Because while talent creates opportunities, discipline turns opportunities into achievements. The journey toward becoming a true superstar is never about one magical performance. It is about consistency. It is about showing up day after day, month after month, year after year. It is about maintaining excellence when excitement fades and routines take over. The athletes who dominate their sports are rarely the most dramatic. They are often the most disciplined. They build habits that sustain success over time. Early signs suggest Alex understands that reality. She appears committed to the process, not just the results. That commitment could become the foundation for everything that follows. So where does her story go from here? No one knows for certain. That uncertainty is part of what makes sports so captivating. The future remains a mystery. Predictions remain predictions. Yet some stories generate a different kind of anticipation. They make people pay closer attention. They make people wonder whether they are witnessing the beginning of something truly historic. Alex Eala's journey has reached that point. Every tournament now feels a little more important. Every victory carries a little more significance. Every challenge becomes another opportunity to learn more about who she is and who she might become. The excitement surrounding her is not built on hype alone. It is built on evidence. It is built on performances. It is built on qualities that consistently appear when the stakes are highest. And perhaps most importantly, it is built on belief. The belief that a young athlete from the Philippines is capable of changing the landscape of women's tennis. The belief that she can inspire millions of people while competing at the highest level of her sport. The belief that her greatest achievements still lie ahead. Whether those predictions ultimately prove correct remains to be seen. But one thing is already clear. Alex Eala has captured the attention of the tennis world. She has earned respect. She has created excitement. She has given fans a reason to dream. And in sports, that is often how remarkable journeys begin. Years from now, people may look back at this stage of her career and remember it as the moment when the signs first became impossible to ignore. The moment when the tennis world started realizing that a new star was rising. The moment when conversations shifted from what Alex Eala had already accomplished to what she might someday achieve. And if that future turns out to be as bright as many believe, then these early chapters will become even more meaningful. Because every legendary career starts somewhere. Every icon begins as a promising talent. Every champion starts as a dreamer chasing something bigger than themselves. Alex Eala is still writing her story, but one thing feels certain: the world is watching now, and it cannot wait to see what happens next.